A dim cafe is breathing low. Midnight drips in amber gold. Steam is dancing through the dark, soft enough to slow my heart. Rain taps lightly on the frame. No one here to call my name. I can hear the old bass sigh underneath the velvet sky. Take the long way through the blue. Let the silence carry you. Every little neon gleam melts into a smoky dream. Slow circles in my coffee cup. Tiny stars are floating up. Nothing pulling at my sleeve. Only room enough to breathe. I lean back into the sound while the city settles down. Gentle footsteps fade away like the ending of the day. Take the long way through the blue. Let the silence carry you. Every little neon gleam melts into a smoky dream. Like it's been here years before. No desire to chase the night, only sinking into light. If tomorrow comes too fast, let this moment always last. Wrapped inside the quiet hue, where the night feels kind and true. Before the city finds its voice, there's a calm between the sounds. A faded navy morning sky hanging low above the town. I pull the blanket closer still. The room exhales with me, and every second passing by arrives so carefully. No messages, no distant calls, no pressure in my chest. Only half-awake reflections and the freedom just to rest. Blue-hour curtains softly glowing like the ocean made of light. Every thought becomes a whisper in the stillness of the white. And my breathing slows completely while the shadows lose their shape. For a moment I can finally let the restless feeling break. The piano from another room moves slowly through the hall, like someone playing kindness for nobody at all. The quiet settles in my skin, the morning stays sincere, and every little piece of noise feels miles away from here. Blue hour curtains softly glowing like the ocean made of light. Every thought becomes a whisper in the stillness of the white, and my breathing slows completely while the shadows lose their shape. For a moment I can finally let the restless feeling break. Maybe nothing has to happen, maybe that's the beauty now, just existing in the softness without asking why or how. And the early light keeps swaying through the silence of the room, like a slow and fragile promise that the day will make more room. The kettle hums a low reply to silver light along the floor. A sleepy shadow drifts nearby, then disappears beyond the door. A quiet coat across the chair, a cooling cup beside my hand. Nothing important happening there, still somehow everything can stand. Slow hearts waking, soft light staying, tiny moments breathing through. No need to hurry, no need to chase it. Morning knows what it should do. The ceiling carries tender tones, the wooden clock forgets to race. A little rhythm, all its own, settles softly through the space. I trace a circle on the grain of an old and polished table side. The city stirs beyond the rain, but never reaches what's inside. Slow hearts waking, soft light staying, tiny moments breathing through. No need to hurry, no need to chase it. Morning knows what it should do. Maybe peace arrives this way, not loudly calling out my name, just a room becoming warm without a reason I can frame. Barely moving, still becoming, like a song without a cue. The curtains lean, the floorboards sigh. A faded record turning slow, and somewhere in the gentle quiet, feel the day begin to glow. Soft light hanging near the wall, dust moves slowly through the gold. I sit beside a cooling drink and let the evening lose its hold. Open pages by my hand, words dissolve before they land. Nothing pressing on my shoulders, nothing needing to be planned. The city murmurs somewhere far, like waves beneath a quiet dream. And every little breath tonight feels lighter than it used to seem. Maybe slowing down is sacred, maybe silence knows my name. Maybe weary hearts stop aching when they stop outrunning pain. Coffee rings and crooked lines, tiny proofs that I was here, not to conquer any distance, just to let the air turn clear. A low piano keeps swaying with the bass beneath the floor. Hi-hats shimmer like reflections from a half-closed diner door. I don't need to chase the morning, I don't need to fix the past. For a while this tender stillness feels like something built to last. Honey, lights and empty pages floating gently through the night, holding me without a question in a softer kind of light. And somewhere underneath the silence, I finally let go. The evening leans against a frame, a silver hush without a name. Tiny echoes in the air, floating softly everywhere. Coffee cooling by my side, Shadows stretching long and wide, nothing pressing on my mind, only hours left behind. Little flickers crossing slow, streetlights in a melted glow. Something shifting far away, soft enough to make me stay. I can hear the floorboards breathe, quiet warmth beneath my feet. Even silence seems to sway like it learned another way. Maybe peace can bend and flow like the rain against the road. Maybe stillness does not fade, maybe calmness moves in waves. No desire to run outside, no need to chase the changing sky. Just a feeling drifting near, gentle enough to disappear. Curtain rises with the wind, then folds itself to rest again. And my chest feels open wide, like the room has changed inside. Tiny motions through the night, blurred reflections, amber light. Everything is slow and true, every moment passing through. I remain beside the glow, listen to the city slow, and it feels like quiet hearts never really stay apart. Quiet shimmer settles low across the faded coffee stain. The ceiling hums in honeytones, like distant thunder after rain. My fingers trace the edge of time, no reason left to rush the air. The window breathes a softer light and leaves its amber drifting there. Every little sound turns slow, every little thought unwinds. I sink beneath the floating gold and leave the sharper world behind. Nothing calls me anywhere, nothing pulls against my chest. This sleepy room of muted light knows exactly how to rest. and all the hours blur together, safe inside this tender storm. Maybe I don't need an answer. Maybe calm is all that's true. The afternoon keeps swaying softly, like it was waiting here for you. Every little sound turns slow, every little thought unwinds. I sink beneath the floating gold and leave the sharper world behind. Now the daylight thins to copper. Now the corners lose their shape, and I drift beside the fading glow, too peaceful to escape. Blue curtains swaying in the quiet room, little traces of forgotten perfume, vinyl turning somewhere out of sight, painting amber circles through the night. I don't need to pull the moment near, it arrives and disappears sincere, like the hush between two passing cars, like the fading shimmer under stars. Every burden loosens from my hands, like soft water slipping through the sand. And the clock forgets to push ahead, leaving only velvet hours instead. Slow reflections resting in the glass, watching all the heavy feelings pass. Nothing shattered underneath the glow, nothing urgent left for me to know. Every burden loosens from my hands, like soft water slipping through the sand. And the clock forgets to push ahead, leaving only velvet hours instead. Maybe calm is not a place to reach. Maybe calm is something small and brief, like a breath against the winter air, like the kindness nobody declares. Now the room is lighter than before. Quiet gathers softly near the floor, and a gentle rhythm deep within carries me somewhere warm again. The ceiling glows in faded gold, a quiet hue against the rain. I sink beneath the evening air and loosen every hidden chain. No distant bells are calling me, no crowded streets to understand. The hours melt like honeyed smoke and disappear between my hands. I hear the piano breathing low, a gentle rhythm in the dark. The wooden bass keeps swaying slow, like drifting lights beside the park. I do not need another name or brighter colors in my chest. Tonight the silence falls around the tired corners needing rest. La da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da da da. Soft shadows floating on the wall, a slow reflection passing through. Nothing ahead I have to chase, no borrowed dream to hold on to. The air becomes a softer skin, the room expands without a sound, and somewhere in the quiet haze a smaller kind of peace is found. No heavy steps across my mind, no mirror asking who to be, only the hush of midnight blue and breath moving easily. I stay beside the open dusk and let the sleepy hours bend. The world can wander far away, I do not need to follow them. This gentle pause, a little truth the daylight missed, the kind that settles quietly like velvet rain upon the wrist. I close my eyes against the lamp and feel the tension turning thin, as if the night itself has learned how to forgive the noise within. Blue lamps shimmer through the blind, drawing softer shapes tonight. The hallway breathes a lazy tune beneath the pale and quiet moon. Coffee cooling by my side, dust and memories slowly rise. I watch them pass without a fight, like tired birds across the sky. No need to untangle every thought, no need to hold what can't be caught. The night is deep and moving slow, enough for me to simply flow. These empty streets inside my head finally loose and finally rest. The hours melt like falling rain, leave no echo, leave no stain. Every little ache grows thin as the darkness settles in. The silence wraps around the air like unseen hands already there. No need to untangle every thought, no need to hold what can't be caught. The night is deep and moving slow, enough for me to simply flow. Blue lamps flicker, shadows sway, while all the sharper edges fade. And somewhere underneath it all, my weary heartbeat turns to calm. Nothing asking me to move, nothing left I have to prove. Only this half-lighted room and the hush that carries through. The window carries silver water, street lights melt along the glass. I lean back into the quiet breathing, let another evening pass. Coffee cooling near the table, soft blue shadows on the floor. Nothing calling for an answer, nothing urgent anymore. I can hear the tired city fold itself beneath the rain. All the restless little feelings loosen softly from my name. Stay here with turns to something warm and low. The room drifts deeper into velvet. Small lights floating through the haze. I don't need to chase tomorrow. I can disappear this way. Wood and wire hung beneath me. Gentle rhythm in my chest. Every quiet passing moment feels enough. Peace arrives unnoticed, like the steam above my cup. Maybe all this tender silence is the thing that holds me up. Outside someone rolls by slowly, headlights sliding down the wall, and the dark becomes a blanket, soft enough to hold it all. Stay here with the dim reflections. Stay here where the air moves slow. Every fading sound around me turns to something warm and low. Nothing breaking, nothing burning, only midnight settling in, and my tired thoughts grow lighter as the room grows dark again. The evening settles gently across the narrow room. A little golden lamplight against the deepening blue. The kettle stopped its singing. The books are lying still, and all the hurried moments have finally lost their will. I lean into the silence like water into shore. No need to fight the hours or carry anymore. Honey, light on quiet walls, soft enough to catch me when I fall. Every scattered piece returns somehow. I can finally breathe right now. The curtains move in shadows keeps on floating through every open space. No audience is waiting, no finish line to cross, only this tender stillness and everything it holds. Honey light on quiet walls, soft enough to catch me when I fall. Every scattered piece returns somehow. I can finally breathe right now. The dark becomes a blanket, the floor becomes the sea, and in this quiet glowing room there is enough of me. Honey light on quiet walls, nothing loud beyond these halls, only warmth and slowing time, and this borrowed peace tonight. Warm light sleeping on the books, curtains breathing gold. The evening settles in my hands, gentle, dark and slow. A whisper from the stereo, a glass beside the bed, and all the crowded noise I knew feels very far ahead. I do not chase another thought, I do not pull the thread. The room becomes a softer place to lay my spirit down instead. Hold me here quietly, like the air before the rain. Nothing more left to keep, nothing asking me to change. The bass walks low beneath the hush, the piano drifts like smoke, and every note unbuttons me with every word unspoke. Outside the neon flickers once, then disappears from view as if the night itself decided stillness could be true. Hold me here where the darker colors bloom. Easy heart, slower breath, honey smoke inside the room. Maybe endings are not endings, maybe they just bend into softer shades of memory, too tender to defend. So I let the final hour move slowly through the blue and close my eyes beside the glow.